right, here we go.
All right, guys, they're taking them down in the apartment complex hotel.
The Trump administration is once again ramping up immigration detentions, but doing so quietly. 10,000 people had been taken into custody over a recent 5-day span.
So, ICE and Border Patrol are ramping up arrests in sanctuaries across America, specifically targeting the roads and apartments of places like Chicago and New York, where criminals are allowed to do whatever they want while getting things like free apartments and free food, which communist mayors say makes their cities safer, but instead...
Did you know if you make things free, they just come out of thin air? Wow.
Fugitives plan and commit crime all across our country.
Community organizers have reported an increase of immigration enforcement activity. They say it's not just here in the city, but also across the suburbs, and they question if...
Wait, what the fuck?
It's here in the city, but also across the suburbs, and...
Is that a fucking ICE agent, like, holding a taser, like, sideways? Fucking hood taser.
They question if Operation Midway Blitz ever ended.
Today we ended up stopping a female. We had a warrant for arrest. She was ordered deported by the immigration judge. She has known ties to MS-13. You don't have any weapons or anything on you, ma'am? No. No? Okay.
The recent
she's here for a better life.
Targeted. There was a sharp...
She's here for a better life and she's starving. If we send her back, she'll starve.
On you, ma'am? No. No? Okay.
The recent arrests appear to be targeted. There was a sharp surge in ICE arrests, 10,000 in just 5 days.
We are proud to be a sanctuary city, and we will fight any of these threats tooth and nail to ensure that this keeps being the city that we love.
This Mamdani guy is fucking annoying.
Immigration and borders control are necessary to preserving a nation. These are laws passed by Congress. This has been the law of the country for your entire life and probably your entire parents' life.
70% of those individuals have pending felony charges or are current felons that shouldn't be on our streets. So when we go after the worst of the worst, which is exactly what we're doing, we're saving lives.
Targeting 3,000 daily arrests based.
So for a second there, ICE was not allowed to do immigration enforcement on the roads, but looks like President Trump overturned that. And what nobody's talking about is that if you're not gonna go to where the criminals are to enforce the law, you don't have law enforcement, do you? But you see, that's what the communist mobs taking over America want. They want to get rid of ICE because if they can, America is next. Which is why every single time the federal government rolls out an operation which ends up being successful, whether it's securing our airports, government buildings, or performing traffic stops, the socialists always have a problem with it. Because those things work, and when ICE agents are engaged in some of this activity, they find people who they weren't necessarily looking for, but who also have a criminal record, and who also aren't supposed to be in America. And the endless defending of criminals by the sanctuary politicians out there is now falling flat on its face. Because while these are the same people that tell us illegal immigration makes their communities safer, that stops happening the moment people who aren't supposed to be here put others in danger and commit crime, while in some cases receiving funding from these very cities, while the rest of the working class...
What is this, fucking Prontera?
Receiving funding from these very cities, while the rest of the working class continues to get hammered by affordability. And that brings us to the real reason we're seeing this push and this surge by ICE right before a controversial midterm election cycle that could remake America. Our country voted for border security, and border security is supposed to happen at the border. But if you open the border and you do that for 4 years in a row, border security has to happen inside the country because that's where everyone breaking the law ends up being, which brings us to our roads, our highways and byways, which activists say all Americans should be terrified of driving down. Watch.
Last year, we asked the then head of Chicago's ICE office about traffic stops specifically.
There are people that have told us that they're afraid to leave their homes, citizen or non-citizen, because they feel like somebody might believe that they...
I don't fucking understand this. I keep hearing this like, oh, but like, I'm afraid because I'm a citizen. I'm afraid I'm gonna get deported. And I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? What do you mean? You mean you're afraid? I'm so fucking confused. How is that even possible?
Here in the country
Heard good
illegally
things.
What would you say to those people
Just
that feel
prove
like
you're
they might
not.
be profiled in the situation?
Yeah, we don't profile. Like even in the Chicago office, we probably have probably people from 100 different nationalities, different countries, like in our custody. That's not something that we do.
The direct.
Wow. So they'll arrest everyone who's in America illegally, regardless of who they are. The only requirement for getting arrested by ICE is to be in this country without permission. And the idea that there are activists out there who we see holding up these signs and screaming for the abolishment of ICE, well, why aren't those people worried about ICE? Why are they bold enough to walk down the street protesting the very thing they say could sweep them off the streets at any minute? This does not add up. It's a scam based on ideas that don't exist, which, as you're about to see, become very apparent when you witness what ICE actually does. Watch this.
10-4, we're coming your way. Let us know when she makes that first turn.
Gas station.
What is your name, ma'am? Ada. Ada, go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me, please. Step out of the vehicle. Come on. Come over here. Come over here.
Nice car.
Come over here. Okay.
I want to be the very best that no
I'm gonna explain everything in a minute, okay? We have a
was.
warrant right now. We just got to get this taken care of, okay? Go ahead and hook this side up.
They've got a warrant.
Today we ended up stopping a female.
cause.
We had a warrant for arrest. She was ordered deported by the immigration judge. She has known ties to MS-13. You don't have any weapons or anything on you, ma'am? No. No? Okay. The judge ordered deportation, so that violated your bond. Okay, so we're going to take you into custody now, and then we'll let you talk to your attorneys and everything when you get over to the house. Once we get the minor taken care of with her adult sisters, we're going to end up taking this lady down to our Delray Beach sub-office.
Where was the horrible interaction that we're told by these activists happens every single time ICE goes outside? We're told by these people that ICE is out there sweeping people off the streets, that they don't even know who they're looking for, that these people have zero training, but that was incredibly peaceful. That person was peacefully taken into custody. And you know why? There weren't any mobs around to make the whole situation worse, which is what these activists want to do. They want to get in the face of ICE agents when they're trying to make an arrest. They want to make the whole thing worse. They want to embolden the criminal. They want to tell the criminal to resist arrest. They're trying to cause a scene for the news cameras so that something can go viral and make it look like what's actually happening out here isn't happening. In the bushes? Which, as you're about to see, these activists are still confused over. Watch this.
Dude, you know it'd be fucking amazing, dude. And I don't know why they haven't done this yet. Can we get like an ICE show? You know, like cops, but can we get like ICE? It would be fucking goated, and then they can use it to they can use the revenue to pay for better equipment for ICE agents. Dude, it would be amazing, actually.
I think they were just living everyday life. They were, whether they were going home or going to work or stepping out just to take some fresh air.
We learned that last week about 21 people were taken.
This is Chicago.
And this week alone, up to today, 17 people across our communities have been taken.
Many question whether this latest round is targeted.
Yes. I don't see what's wrong with this. This seems awesome,
or
actually.
at random.
Oh, why would they do
Community
that?
organizers say federal agents
That's what
are
I
using more
voted for.
discreet tactics this time around,
Isn't that what they
compared
want?
to the peak of Operation Midway Blitz.
Exactly.
Here in
what I fucking voted
Chicago,
for.
we have seen a shift away from highly publicized efforts and tactics to more targeted enforcement in our neighborhoods, homes, grocery stores, courthouses.
This is so crazy. These are the same people who said they don't want to see ICE raids. They don't want to see mass arrests. They don't want to see any of that. And what happens? ICE starts doing targeted enforcement. They've got warrants. They've got everything they're supposed to have. And now that's a problem, too. You cannot please these people. They're want liars. Zero immigration enforcement.
Yes.
They don't want any enforcement at all. If ICE is doing targeted enforcement, they say that's wrong. If ICE is out there not doing targeted enforcement, they say that's wrong, too. That's because they don't want any of this stuff. And when people like the mayor of New York get out there and say that ICE has absolutely nothing to do with public safety, they're completely wrong. Listen.
I believe that ICE raids are cruel. They are inhumane. They do nothing to serve in the interest of public safety. I've shared that directly with the president. I've shared that in public. It is a feeling that many New Yorkers are cruel. They are
safety. They're completely wrong. Listen.
I believe that ICE raids are cruel.
I believe that ICE raids are mean.
They are inhumane.
They're mean and they're racist.
Do nothing to serve in the interest of public safety. I've shared that directly with the president.
I want all the illegal people to be here to vote for me.
I've shared that in public. It is a feeling that many New Yorkers share.
But wait a second. If this doesn't do anything for public safety, why are people with long rap sheets getting arrested?
We're seeing our arrest numbers come up. We're seeing our deportation numbers continue to increase. Right now, we're deporting on average over 3,000 individuals. Actually, the average has been for several weeks now, over 3,200 individuals a day.
Wow.
70% of those individuals we're deporting have outstanding criminal charges on them, or they've already been charged with a felony. 70% of those individuals. 70% of the individuals that are men and women throughout DHS arrest, be it ICE, CBP, or one of our other components, 70% of those individuals have pending felony charges or are current felons that shouldn't be on our streets.
Felons on the streets. How are felons on the streets somehow good for public safety? How do felons on the streets make the streets safer? I don't understand. But to understand, you've got to realize this is not about law enforcement at all. The communists, these people do not want law enforcement because you know what? Once law enforcement evaporates, once criminals are everywhere, that gives them an opportunity to step in and remake
We're watching a bunch of people getting deported, which is amazing. I love this so much.
America in their image. What they're trying to do is abolish the things that have kept America safe and stable for generations so that they can bring in their replacement economic system, so that they can bring in their replacement system of government, so that they can bring in the idea that everything that you own and have worked your entire life for actually belongs to everyone else because they don't believe in any private property. That's where the city-run grocery stores come in. That's where the empty jails come in. This is all being done to set up a circumstance that gets people dissatisfied with America and says, you know what, let's tear the whole thing down and start over.
Immigration and borders control are necessary to preserving a nation. They are necessary to maintaining the rule of law.
Yep.
These are laws passed by Congress. These have been on the books for 50 years.
Right.
This has been the law of the country for your entire life and probably your entire parents' life as well. The idea that a enforcement of those laws that were written into, they were voted on by the popular, the popular vote.
Yep.
They won in a presidential election. I would say the party that represents those values controls all three branches of government, and a majority of people, it seems like, want to have all.
My democracy, though. But democracy. I care so much about democracy. It's fucking freaks.
All illegal aliens deported. By all polling, all aliens should be deported.
Right. But you see, that's what's so ridiculous about people like the 34-year-old mayor of New York City, who is the leader of the Democrat Party, getting out there and saying that this is wrong and we're going to fight this and this does nothing for public safety.
Oh, jeez, Hacks. Thanks for the 100.
And, we're a city of immigrants, conflating the idea of legal immigration with illegal immigration, just combining that. Yep, there's no such thing as legal or illegal. They realize that right here, immigration enforcement is the line in the sand between having a country and not having a country, because if you don't have a border, you don't have a country. If you're not going to enforce a nation's laws starting at the border, how are you going to enforce those laws once people are inside? You see, getting to come into a country and break the law to get in just tells someone that, yeah, you can do whatever you want here. I mean, that is...
The thing with these illegals, by the way, is it's not... I don't know about you guys, but I feel disrespected and violated when these people do this. When they come here, they're like, I deserve to be in America. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck about your laws. I'm going to take whatever resources I can. I feel honestly violated by it. So it's like, I really, really love it when these people get deported. Like, honestly, it's so fucking peak. It's like justice, it just feels so good.
It's a recipe for absolute mayhem and disaster. And we need these laws to maintain law and order in our country. And once people are in the country without permission, if they come into the country and they commit other crimes, that's not helping.
Totally,
it's not helping the middle class. That's not helping somebody struggling with an affordability crisis to have people living down the hall from them in their New York City apartment who aren't even supposed to be here, who've taken an apartment off the market, may have taken a job out of the local economy when that's a job in an apartment that somebody else could have. You see, the reason these blue cities that say that they're sanctuaries and their goal is to protect as many immigrants as possible, not mentioning again that some of these people are even here illegally, the reason they've got such an affordability crisis is because they let people live in their cities who aren't supposed to be here. They let crime flourish, which benefits criminals and hurts the the law abiding. And what did these activists and these sanctuary politicians tell us? They said, you know what? We don't have a problem with immigration enforcement if it's concentrated on people who've done something wrong. Really?
Felons that shouldn't be on our streets. So when we go after the worst of the worst, which is exactly what we're doing,
they need to get all of them, more.
Saving lives. But sanctuary cities create a safe haven for criminal activity.
Oh, they do.
And it shouldn't take place. Regardless of what your opinion is about this administration, regardless of what your opinion is, if you're a Republican or Democrat, we should all agree we should want safe streets and safe cities.
And that doesn't happen in a place that tells.
For me, it's even more than that, to be honest. Like this whole oh, we need to get rid of illegals because because it's unsafe. It's unsafe and they're criminals. And they're violent criminals. I don't even care about that, to be honest. I want them to be deported just because they're here illegally. Just because they're here illegally and they have the audacity to think that they fucking get to skip the line and then belong here because they want some more money. Get the fuck out of here.
Those criminals
the sheer
that they get a
audacity
free
of it.
pass.
You know what I mean?
And you know something? That's exactly what's happening in New York City right now. If you're in New York City illegally and the New York City police...
Yo, Cobalt Jones, thank you so much for the kicks. Thank you. Thanks for the hard work. Don't stay up too late. Go to bed. Yeah, I will soon.
These arrests happening in New York City right now. If you're
Honestly,
in New York City illegally and the New York City police...
Yeah, if they're like if they're a legal immigrant and they're talking about how much they fucking hate America and how America is the worst, American culture is the worst, and that Americans need to be replaced or whatever. Can't wait till Americans are replaced by immigrants. They need to get the fuck out of here. We need to get them and put them on a fucking plane and just fly them to wherever. Honestly, we should just drop them off in some random place and just they can figure it out after that.
Arrest you. They're not allowed to tell ICE. They're not allowed to say, hey, we've got this person. They're not supposed to be in the country. They're in our custody. Would you like to come pick them up? Nope. They don't do that at all. And you know what that tells these criminals? That tells them, hey, if I'm going to go somewhere and commit crime, why don't I go to a place
no free speech
where I can be put through a revolving door?
No, the Constitution is for American citizens. I don't think we need to put up with people being here that are specifically trying to spread hate about America and get Americans to turn. It's retarded. It's retarded that we would even do that, to be honest. Now, if an American wants to say that, sure, fair enough, whatever, right? But then, why would we give, guys, if you're not a citizen, it's a privilege to be here. You don't have a right to be here. You have a privilege to be here. And we can revoke it for whatever we want. If you look at one of us funny, we should be able to deport you. To be honest, it could be any reason, really. You jaywalked and we didn't like it. You stepped on the flowers and we didn't like it. Yeah, we should be able to kick you out for whatever reason. If you're here as a legal immigrant, right? You should be on your best fucking behavior. You should be grateful and you should be on your best behavior. I don't even think that's asking for that much. It's asking for common decency. You don't walk into a person's house invited. You don't get invited to a person's house, go or uninvited, whatever. You don't go into someone's house and then fuck up shit, basically, and say, man, you know what? Your house fucking sucks, bro. I can't believe you live here. This place fucking blows. You know what it needs? It needs some decor from my country. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell? Get out of here.
Justice system and be back out on the streets immediately, and the federal government doesn't even know that.
Yeah, they're coming here like fucking Rick James. Dude, you're so right, dude. You're so right, Kicklow. It's literally the Rick James thing, right? These immigrants are literally Rick James, in the Charlie Murphy skit.
I'm there. I should go to that place and set up shop versus a place like Florida, where in some cases local police have been deputized by ICE to help enforce immigration law. That situation there, if you're a criminal and you're not supposed to be here, and you get
people will say that this is a radical point of view. I think it's perfectly reasonable. It's perfectly reasonable for American citizens to expect to be respected in our own fucking country. What the fuck? This is our house. This is our home. This is our house. What the hell are you doing here?
Arrested in a place where the local cops are cooperating with ICE and can enforce immigration law, you're going to get deported. You're not even going to see a judge in this country because you're not even supposed to be in this country. That's how this should work. There should be a consequence, but these sanctuary cities, they're setting up a reward, which is why we've got criminals and gangs in these places that use them as their home base.
People were arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Chicago.
No, you want to know a fucking radical opinion? I'll give you a radical opinion. We should put people in towers at the border with fucking sniper rifles. And if they try to cross the thing, they should get shot. That's a radical opinion.
17 people have been arrested so far this week. This is according to the Sun-Times. Immigration lawyers telling Block Club that the recent arrests appear to be targeted in contrast to arrests during Operation
Poland
Midway.
do that? Yeah, Poland does do that, and they're incredibly fucking based. Because I'll tell you what, if you did that, they wouldn't do it anymore. They wouldn't risk it. The only reason that this is a problem is because we put up with it. We allow them to, sorry. Yeah, I know I'm American, but I'm so sorry. I know we have so much stuff. Feels really bad that we have all this money. Yeah, of course we can share it with you. That's fucking that's our politicians. They're so fucking cocked.
Blitz we saw, which was mostly made up of day laborers, landscaping workers, and street vendors. Nationally, at the end of June, there was a sharp surge in ICE arrests, 10,000 in just 5 days.
You don't understand. These people are not even legal immigrants. They're literally coming here illegally. They're trespassing. They're literally trespassing constantly. It's like people walking into your fucking house and taking your shit. They walk into your house, open up your fridge, start eating your shit. That's literally what's going on here. This isn't we fell in line and, we really can't wait to live the American dream, huh? We can't wait for that. So, we waited all of this time and we love America and everything America stands for and we can't wait to be American. It's not that at all. It's not. They're here fucking illegally. They snuck across the border. They broke into your house without asking and they're eating your shit. That's basically it. They're fucking, they walk into your house, go into your room and then take a shit on your toilet. What the fuck? And then you know what? They don't even flush. Fucking hell.
Advocates in Chicago saying being informed and knowing where ICE is operating is key to staying safe right now.
You know what else is key to staying safe right now? Someone should tell these activists the key to staying safe is to obey the law and not break the law and not build a city that tells people who break the law they can come there and that the city will help them hide from the federal government who's trying to make the streets safe. And that's what's got these activists so upset about these traffic stops and this traffic enforcement. Because you know something, if you want to live in America, you've got to get on the road and you've got to go to work or you've got to go to the grocery store.
You know what we need, guys? We need how in what do you call it? In Korea, North Korea and South Korea, there's this big area that's no man's land. We need that. We need a fucking DMZ, and then anyone that goes in there, we just fucking artillery strike them or whatever, just drone them or something. Honestly, I'm just being real.
You got to do something that involves the road. And if ICE is out there on the road waiting for you, you're going to have a big problem. Getting in your car is no longer a good idea if you're here illegally. And if you're in a city that vows to protect you and is full of activists, well, guess what? You can't hide if you got to go down the street. You can't hide if you got to go to the grocery store.
A field full of punji sticks? Dude, for real, man.
You can't hide if you got to come back to your apartment.
We need to put some fucking alligators in that river, you know what I mean?
At one point. But even though this is all above board and ICE is going after people who've committed crimes, they know who they're after, they know that these are gang members, they know that these are individuals who shouldn't even be in America. And even though we've got plenty of footage of what the inside of these detention facilities are actually like, and this whole process is incredibly transparent, that's not stopping the mobs from getting out.
Hear me out, chat. Oh my God. We have a zone between America and Mexico. We call it the Safari Zone. And if you catch anybody in there, they become your Pokemon. It'll be just like Pal World. It's like Pal World Zone.
Out in front of these places and chanting that whatever's going on inside is inhumane.
If you look up, you may see it too. Our camera is rolling on the federal detention facility in downtown Miami. We saw their messages. We even saw them waving. So did them. Their husbands, part of a larger population of immigrants, once at the now shut down Alligator Alcatraz, now detained here.
Okay.
These women first speaking to us a week ago, claiming their husbands were being held here in conditions they believe are inhumane.
So they shut down the Alligator Alcatraz in Florida because it served its purpose and it helped get people out of the country quickly who came in recently and weren't even supposed to be here. They removed people from those structures, which, remember, everybody said, oh, this Alligator Alcatraz, it's such a disaster. They got people, they got to live in tents. This is terrible. Meanwhile, everything was air conditioned. It was a nice facility. They've now moved people to a freestanding building, which has air conditioning and is in the center of downtown Miami and is in an actual structure, and that's not good enough either. And to understand how this works, you've got the activists. They say they don't want raids and sweeps. They want targeted enforcement. And then when targeted enforcement happens, they say, oh, we don't want that either. And then when people are
just in case people are retarded, I was joking about the safari zone. It'd be too much of a pain in the ass. We should just have the snipers.
Detained in one place, they say that that place is wrong. And when they're detained in another place, they say that place is wrong. Meanwhile, everybody who's detained can still get $3,000 and a plane ticket and leave immediately.
No, it'd be like a huge pain in the ass, to be honest, to do that. So
if they don't want to stay and fight the conditions under which they were detained by ICE, everybody can leave. Nobody's a prisoner. Nobody has to stay in these places unless they want to. Every single person getting arrested by ICE, whether it's at a traffic stop or at their apartment or wherever a fugitive
or you know what, honestly, to be honest, if you don't, if you know you're too worried about, oh, we might just okay. I know a solution that will solve a lot of people's problems and people will be pretty happy about it. M249s with rubber bullets. And anybody that tries to cross the border just gets fucking absolutely lit by these. That's what we should do. Yeah, rubber. And then so what you do is you could make it like a family event. You just make it a family event, and then like you can set up like a park, and then you can use the fundraising to like, you know, to use the fundraising. You know how like you go to like those, like you go to like Bass Pro or whatever, and there's like that shooting gallery. You have like that, but then it's illegal. It's like anybody like in the DMC, you just you have full family fun. Full family fun, all kinds of guns with rubber bullets, and then you just shoot in gallery like anybody that tries to cross. Yeah, it'd be really fun, actually.
Is encountered by law enforcement who is looking for them. None of these individuals have to go through a process that is any longer than they themselves make it. And that's what's got people angry. They don't want to see tactics that work. They want to paint ICE as being these inhumane goons that are running around, not telling people what their rights are, but they tell people what their rights are.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It'd be so fun. You could like you could have a whole family friendly and stuff. You know, you could have like a barbecue out there, and then, you know, shoot some rubber bullets at some people trying to get here illegally. You know, because like, have you guys ever seen like those videos where they just like brazenly like they cross the river and like everyone knows what they're doing, and then like they just don't even do anything really, dude. And then they like they get through the thing and they just keep running across the border. Dude, this is what I mean. Like if we had like rubber bullets, then you could just shoot them when they try to come across.
So they tell them what they're being arrested for. There's no confusion over why gang members are winding up in the back of police cars. What do you think about that? I'll see you in the next video.
Pepper ball guns exist. Yeah, I have one actually. I've got the Berna. I've got the Berna pistol. It's pretty good. You know what we should do though? We should do an exchange program. That's really the one that I want to do. I want to do like a exchange program where we trade like liberals, like screaming liberals, like super screaming feminist liberals, and we trade them like one for like people that hate communism and they're coming from a communist place and they hate it there. Like I say we trade them. Honestly, it'd be pretty worth it. Big booty Latinas and their daughters can stay. Send all their money back. Yeah, sure, fair.